Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for another episode of Designing Disney. It's Caitlin here from grayflorals.com. Today I'm doing the opposite page that I'd shared with you a couple days ago on my channel. If you haven't checked that out, definitely do. So I'm finishing off this pocket page. And then with this style, it's 1 6x12 panel and then 3 4x6. Now what's unique about this page compared to the last page we did is this page only has one photo. So I have a whole surface to fill somehow, but with only one photo. So I start off by using one of these pre-printed Disney papers by Sandy Lion. I know that I will generally struggle with these if I don't use them in smaller settings like this. I ended up thinking this would work pretty well. There's not a direct related theme with Minnie Mouse being there. I just think she looks cute, so I decided to use her on this layout. And then if you guys are wondering what the heck is going on in today's video, again with all the hand pointing, I made an exclusive Patreon video, real-time video of this layout. So if you guys are looking to learn more about my design process and stuff like that, I do have a full real-time process video over there on my Patreon page. So definitely check it out. It'll be linked down below if you guys are interested. So I'm taking the Simple Stories cut apart page and finally cutting it apart and using quite a bit of it. I really wanted to sort of break off these two 4x6 empty pockets and make them into 3x4s, give it a little bit more breathing room. The bottom section, however, does look like it's one 4x6 in the end because they both have the same background paper, and I kind of like how that looks. So essentially I'm working with 1 6x12, 2 4x6, and 2 3x4 pieces. Sort of that's the canvas I'm going for. And like I mentioned in my last video, if you guys don't have these pocket page designs, this one happens to be by, I believe, We Are Memory Keepers. You don't have to have these in order to get this look. You can just use a 12x12 sheet of paper and divide it out this way with your photos and your pocket page cards and your pattern papers. So don't feel like you need to go buy things that you might already have a solution for in your stash. I just happen to have these, and I'm trying to use up a lot of pocket pages in my travel albums because I find that's where I excel at using them, is for travel albums, because they fit in a little bit better for those sort of heavy photo subjects. Now this layout does go by quite fast. I go through a lot of embellishments, but I end up not embellishing a lot. I use mainly stickers and ephemera pieces. I go through both the Simple Stories 2 and Simple Stories Say Cheese 2 and Simple Stories Say Cheese 3 ephemera packs here. I started off with Say Cheese 3 because I hadn't used any of those yet, and I end up pulling out a bunch of die cuts that I thought I might use. I end up using a camera, and I think from the other pack I end up using a heart and a star, I believe, and a little banner pack, which was really cute. I really needed something on the other side of this layout to sort of balance out these colors. So I'm really looking for a die cut to fill that open space on the top right pocket there, and the camera really does suit the job. It adds that contrast to the black, which I need since Minnie has a lot of black on the left hand side. I need a little bit more contrast on the right hand side. And I thought about using a couple other die cuts to create a cluster there, but it became a little bit too much. And right here I'm sharing a tip with my patrons that I cross off items on the back of ephemera packs when I've used up that item. That way I can quickly look back at a glance and see what ephemera pieces are left in that ephemera pack. That way I don't have to take them all out just to check. So now going through the other ephemera pack, this is where I find that perfect banner piece for the top left of the 6x12. And I pulled out that heart for the You and Me section on that card. I do leave the magic card pretty plain, and I do leave the little journaling spot pretty plain. But a couple other things will come in later for those. I do dive into some stickers, but as you guys know, when it comes to Disney albums, you don't necessarily have to do a Disney theme. A lot of my pages are not Disney themed. They do have a little Disney sprinkled in, but they're not super Disney themed. However, this one is super Disney themed, and there will be more super Disney themed ones coming up if you guys are interested. When I get to the park section of my album, that'll definitely become very clear. However, in the cruise section, it doesn't have to be super Disney. But a lot of these Disney items were gifts, like that polka dot paper with Minnie on it was a gift from my brother, and it's hard sometimes to use those gifted items because they're not exactly your style or something like that. Here's where I pull out these Simple Stories stickers. These are a clear sticker pack. They also made some for the, let's see, the Princess collection they did, or was that Echo Park? It might have been Echo Park. I think it's Simple Stories though. But I pull out both of those sticker packs and use a couple of the black stickers to add a little bit more contrast onto the page. And I do apologize for going off screen a couple of times. It was just an easier position for me to show you what I was doing beneath the layout. and then the top of the layout would get cut off, so I had to move it around quite a bit. I do use a couple of these black star stickers at the top there, and I'll move those around once I install the title onto the page. And then here's where the princess stickers come out. There's one here I think that says, I used that little heart as well as a little word that says good times. I put that under there too. But the little heart goes onto this heart, and I think it just adds contrast. So now you have like 3 elements of contrast that weren't already there. So I have the banner pieces to the top left, the camera on the right card, and then at the bottom I have those 2 stickers from those sticker packs, and then of course Minnie Mouse, the main black piece. But I'll help balance her out with the title itself. These are the ones I end up going with, the Dear Lizzie. These are puffy, thicker stickers. They're not the soft puffy, they're the hard puffy, but they do end up working. And I had all the letters I needed to spell at the show, so that was perfect. Now, placement was a little bit hard and tricky on these, and I said in the Patreon video that this is where wax paper would have come in handy, because I could have, fussed around quite a bit with that, but I didn't pack my wax paper last time I brought stuff to my apartment. So, we're without wax paper at the moment. But this is going to end up working pretty well. I leave that be while I attend to attaching these 3x4 cards together. Now, instead of wasting a piece of cardstock to make a 4x6 mount for these 2 3x4 cards, I just tape mine together. They don't overlap, they meet right in the middle, so they do bend a little bit, but once they're in the pocket pages, it doesn't matter. I think this is a much more economical and easy way to, make a 4x6 page or pocket into 2 3x4 pockets. Or you could use your fuse tool and, separate them in the between, but it really depends on what's on the other side too. And in this case, I had 2 photos on the other side, so I could not slice these in half with a fuse tool, even if I did have one. While I was chatting about that, I made my title into a little bit more of a pyramid shape, and that's the shape I end up going with. I do straighten it out quite a bit off camera afterwards, so don't mind the, it looks a little rough right now, but I do end up putting it there and then adding some extra adhesive. And I do apologize for some of the lighting in this video. I did get blown out quite a bit because it was my new camera focuses on faces, and it picked up the photos, obviously. And since those photos are so dark compared to like my table and the other elements, it kind of, increased the brightness of everything else so you could see the photo better. But this is pretty much the end of this layout. I do end up adding a couple enamel hearts, and those are from Eyelet Outlet. And if you guys haven't checked them out yet, highly recommend. Look for them at local trade shows. That's where I find all of their great stuff, and see it in person and get the best deals on it. But that's the end of this page. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see the real-time process video for a bunch of different pages that I've shared here, definitely check out my Patreon link down below. There's different tiers, so you don't have to spend too much, or you could just do it for 1 month and check it out and then cancel for no reason at all, but that's fine. Here are the close-ups. Thank you guys again so much for your support and for watching. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!